I was pretty good. It was a little nervous. I think it showed. I think I have to execute a little better on the walls and just be better in general. But it was a cool experience to get that first game and tough outcome on the game.
And first shift out there, lay a big hit. Is that part of your game? Just throwing your body around, making sure you can create a little bit of energy and space out there?
Yeah, 100%. Create energy, bang bodies, chip pucks out, chip pucks in, get pucks to the net, and create energy.
The good thing about this Predators organization, they focus a lot on Milwaukee and development there, getting to play on a line with Austin Watson and Frederick Gaudreau.
Yeah.
What was it like to just play on a line with the guys that you played with?
Yeah, it definitely made me a bit more comfortable that, I played with them over the last 3 to 4 seasons down in Milwaukee, and made things a bit comfortable that I knew them.
You guys get a point. I know that's not the result you wanted. But what changed between the second and third periods with Kincaid? It seems like everything you guys threw at him, he was able to knock away.
I think it was the other side of the rink that was the problem. We let him in for 2-on-1s, two easy chances, and that cost us a game today. We got a point, but we certainly will take it. But we should have had to.
What's the message from this? How can you learn from this? Have a 4-1 lead at the second intermission, and ultimately this is the result.
Yeah, I mean, we're a young group for sure. Hopefully guys can learn from it. Just go to yourself and see what you can do better. Just can't happen. That's the bottom line. I don't have an answer to why it happened right now, but it's disappointing for sure.
Does it help or hurt that you guys have to turn around and play a game again tomorrow against the Flyers, that you can shake this one off and just move on?
Yeah, for sure. I think that helps a lot. Day off tomorrow, you would have just been thinking about the game and then the point that we lost. But yeah, it'll be nice to come back tomorrow and have a new opportunity to catch 2 points in front of our fans.
Mattias, thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
What happens on the bench, Mattias, when they get those first 2 goals in 55 seconds? Peter calls the timeout. I mean, what's the feeling like? What is he saying to you on the bench?
Pretty much everyone probably understands that, just to pick it up pretty much, and got to play better for sure. That's not the way we want to start. We have 2 goals against in the first minute, but it happens sometimes. It's sports, and we just gotta learn from it and grow from it. So it's obviously not the greatest feeling on the bench when that happens.
Yeah, this team has won a lot of games this season, sort of like the way the first 40 minutes are going up 4-1. You've won a lot of 5-1, 5-2 games. I mean, even though you want to keep it pushing on it in that third period to make sure they don't come back, is there a natural tendency at all, even when you're up 4-1 in the final 20 minutes, to take the foot off the gas just a little bit, even if you don't want to?
Both yes and no. I don't think we've done that earlier in the year or at all this year. I think this was the first time. So as I said, I just hope we learn from it, because that hasn't been us, and that is not us. So hopefully this is a one-time thing that we can just go learn a lot from and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Well, I mean, the start looks bad of the third period. The first 3 minutes, they score on the first shift. I think the last thing I said leaving the coach's office, I want to play a clean 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes of clean hockey and get through it. And obviously we didn't. The first goal was a fortuitous bounce for them. It goes on, we block a shot, it goes to somebody standing on the back door. It happened quick. At that point, I don't know whether we're playing well or we're not playing well, but it ends up going in the net. I don't like the way that we played the second goal. We made mistakes on that, and so that cost us. We called a timeout at the 3-minute mark, and for the rest of the period I thought we dominated. They ended up cashing in on a power play goal, 7 or 8 minutes to go in the period, and got a tie out of it. I thought that we had plenty of opportunity to win once it was 4-3 to get the 5th one. We kept pushing and attacking, and it didn't happen. It's an ugly way to lose a game, and it's a terrible feeling for everybody involved.
What did you say during the timeout?
I was frustrated. I didn't, it's hard to tell where you're at that point. You let up 2 goals. Like I said, the second one, I think we had different options, that we could have done things better defensively. At that point, you've got to dial it back in and go to work, and I thought our guys did that. Shots and chances and attempts at the net from that point on were heavily in our favor in the third period, and yet we still lost at 1-0 because of the power play goal. So, we couldn't get the next goal that we needed.
In regards to in games that this team has won, a lot of them have been by multiple goals, 3 goals, 4 goals, and even though that's just the final score. Do you like the way your team plays in tight games when it's tied, within 1 goal late in games? I mean, I'm not sure if that's something that you keep track of, but do you like the way your team responds to those tight situations?
I haven't found it to be a problem. I mean, once it was 4-3, I thought we dominated for the rest of the period.